SS. Yo, what's up guys, balik lagi bersama gua Reza Purnomo, dan kali ini kita akan bermain game Genshin Impact, teman-teman. Dan kita akan menyelesaikan quest Archon. Kirain Heide bang.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fast. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read.
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? But is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Great! Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery is all about.
Kembalikan kejadian.
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, you're the traveler.
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion.
So what, for the love of. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal.
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only.
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult.
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourself.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records but in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed, apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events.
So first this strange person goes missing.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too.
Stop shouting!
This part's important. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatara Suna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named
Wait, so there are two missing people?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it.
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So, something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown.
Welcome,
Maybe
Vidianto
you won't believe
Dali.
your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my...
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabukimono was...
Puppet?
Bang, kena apa ditegur. Gua nge-share bocoran sama make mood winter. Nge-share bocoran lupa.
Aha! Judging by
No, Paimon.
I agree. It does.
Ya kemarin kan gara-garanya ya mungkin gua
oh, and please
Main
read my
Heidi
essay
terus.
draft as well.
jadi kontennya bocorannya nggak ketutup. Biasanya ketutup cuy sama konten Genshin,
Sawada
konten
was encouraging
gak
me to.
jelas.
Oh, how about if I plug the holes in?
Nah, tadi kan
You're allowed to just make.
kelihatan banget.
Look, your teacher has. Besides, if there really was a political.
Good point. Okay.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye.
All right. Thank you. If you.
Nggak apa-apa kalau satu lagi. Kalau 3 kali baru ditutup.
Hey, so that thing they were talking. Okay, then even if we did know some, after all, we kicked his butt. If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many. Ah! Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by over there. It looked like the Balladeer. No, it can't have been.
Itu Mona kan tadi? Udah
Oh,
blender.
quick, let's catch up and see.
Ya gue nggak dapet ini ya, Anemo ini ya. Ini Nahida ya yang jalan ya. Karena ini ruangan khusus Nahida. Dapat tinggal kalau kita explore dulu ya tempatnya. Di atas ada cuy. Ada jalan enggak? Ini tempat apa cuy? Tapi nggak ada peti ya. Oh iya itu yang wah gua nggak dapet lagi kemarin ya. Telat gua quest Archonnya. Gak gacha cuy kemarin. Tapi udah dapat Nahida ya, kita nggak boleh serakah. Sulit main game ini kah, Bang? Apa harus top up? Ini gua nggak pernah top up kok.
Traveler, Paimon, Nahida. Bad news. We just saw them. Did he escape or?
Sure enough.
Hey, what are you doing in the sanctuary of Surastana? I know you must have a lot of questions. It was my idea to set the Balladeer free.
Dibebasin
We made a
teman-teman.
deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in there. A deal?
Jangan spoiler ya, gue belum ngeliat masalahnya.
What did you expect? Why do you
Tapi
think Sumeru would keep me
yang
around
rumor
otherwise?
yang beredar,
Or maybe killing me is all you can
ini
think about.
kekuatannya diambil elektronya, terus jadi Anemo dia. Di PC, di Android nggak kuat.
But if that's the case,
HP
why
saya
haven't you
jadul.
done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I...
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. But
Tapi kalau yang baru pertama main bingung mau ngapain. Karena ini kita disuruh explore terlalu luas.
It's not every day you see...
don't you dare try. As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem.
Well, I, for one, have no reason to doubt you.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. The Balladeer's power was all but completely plus. He's a former harbinger with
Tuh kan,
knowledge of
mantan
many of the Fatui's
Harbinger.
sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck,
Hmm,
depending
iya.
on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a
Hah?
harbinger?
Bukan Harbinger lagi, serius.
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Seorang pecundang tidak disambut lagi, teman-teman. Jadi dia membuang layaknya sampah.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers.
Terkadang kamu yang memaafkan mereka. Di lain waktu mereka yang memaafkan. Oke.
So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
Ini teman-teman, ketika lo udah nggak punya apa-apa, siapa yang menerimamu? Yoi. Kalau masih mempunyai nilai pasti masih dianggap, masih di itu ya. Ketika tidak punya kekuatan lagi, ya udah tidak berharga lagi, cuy.
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
Jadi dia punya plan untuk itu. Oke.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
Ditawarin ya.
I
Oke.
think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen.
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time.
Oke. Kita ambil jalan tengahnya, cuy. Bagus
Today
ini.
can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Oke, terus kontak ya, mantap.
Are you serious about this?
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing
Demi
it for your
kebaikanmu,
benefit.
mantap.
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today.
You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And he was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis,
Dia udah nggak punya kekuatan
some
nih,
traces of
Genosis.
his power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to, so I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information and should be able to find it more quickly.
Gimana kalau dia bohong?
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies!
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by how things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense... As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But if this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. It's my pleasure, really. Your Sumeru...
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to...
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, of course I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great, thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Kan suruh pindah, cuy.
Wow! It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Wah iya nih. Kostumnya ganti nggak ya
Look
kita
at
lihat?
that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry.
Fine. Let's call it truce.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have
Buka
to
mata
do
kalian
is keep
ibadah
your
sampai
pretty eyes
tertinggal.
open.
Oke.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You may
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Kalau mau ikut siapin mental dulu. Oke. Ini udah itu masih sombong ya.
Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Makanya ini didami-damin cuy. Pada banyak yang gacha kemarin.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Kita sudah
Is
terkoneksi.
this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
Wow.
Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this.
Irminsul is
Ini
closely
alam bawah
intertwined
sadar
with the
ya kalau
entirety
di
of Teyvat.
manusia ya kayaknya.
Every bit of information flowing here means something.
Jadi semua informasi itu aslinya bisa masuk cuy. Cuma terfilter
Pick your
doang.
jaws up off the floor.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin search.
Permission granted.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so say we did go running off. What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost.
Terseret betulan.
Anything's
Oke.
possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to
Welcome,
stick
Muhammad.
close to me.
Nah, kita ikuti cuy. Kita kalau lawan arah gimana? Bisa dong? Enggak. Tapi kenapa nggak dikasih tembok ya? Woi, tunggu saya bro. Iya, ini udah ada itu sih. Oke. Let's apa ini?
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul.
Pas jangan sampai
Be
kepegang.
careful
Oke.
not to touch them.
Jangan sampai kepegang teman-teman. Nah itu ya. Oke kakak pertama, kita ikutin aja ya. Lanjutkan penjelajahan.
It looks the same in every direction.
Iya iya kayak sama ya. Oke.
No wonder he mentioned about getting lost.
Iya balik lagi.
What do you know? He was actually telling the truth.
Iya balik lagi teman-teman. Tapi semakin mendekat ya.
What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this
Ini
definitely
alam bawah
isn't
sadar
it.
teman-teman.
So why don't you relax your guard a
Ke
little?
dimensi kolot. Kita memasuki dimensi kolot teman-teman.
We're here.
What a huge trip.
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
ready when you are.
Kapan pun siap, yoi.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he
Kayaknya
must
mau
want to
tetap
stay
hidup.
alive.
Betul. Oh iya, di Fatui dia di garis depan ya.
The rest is up to
Nih
you.
kalau seorang
If you
pemimpin
discover anything at
dewe
all,
kendel dong
make sure
lawan.
to share it with us.
Tidak terpengaruh apapun ya.
Will do.
Oke.
For once, we're the ones with no.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
Ngobrol lewat alam bawah sadar ya. Oke, kamu tidak mau aku mengganggu. Oke, betul.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great. So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a walking contradiction?
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart and attentive as always. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well,
Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin.
everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Oh, Paimon. Walaupun kamu hanya sebuah boneka yang diciptakan oleh Archon Electro. Iya, ini diciptakan oleh Baal ya berarti. Legend Shogun. Coba.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the
Ya, Tatarsuna ini yang di Inazuma.
Nahida, do you know anything about
If you mean the mysterious events, the
Kabukimono dan lainnya.
and so on, yes,
Aku tahu
I
tentang
know
itu.
about all of that.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have...
Wow.
Oh, how interesting. Those two.
So the Gese got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Oh, disabotage.
Must be a riveting
Disabotage.
conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think...
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
GR ya.
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
Oke, betul.
So,
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Betul.
wait! How did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway,
Iya,
you're world
betul.
famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making... Huh?
Wis. Apa ini?
This light. It looks similar to those...
Anonymous data.
Hah? Data tak dikenal.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement! You have to share it with us!
Shh. Just wait.
Kalau dikenal tamat gamenya.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
Nih, Tuan Niwa.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
Ini. Orang yang bertanggung jawab di Tatarasuna. Seni Isin. Wis. Wow. Wait.
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed,
Kok kita
everyone
langsung
else.
masuk ke sini sih?
Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. People are gainfully employed, their lives have purpose. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, it was originally established as a means of safely
Dia
disposing Crystal
didirikan
Marrow.
sebagai sarana pembuangan kristal Maro. Itu kristal itu ya ada.
The forging industry with Crystal Marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Skills,
Ini siapa yang ngomong,
blood,
Cuk?
dreams. Every smith brought into this
Jadi
trade
yang
looks to
ngomong
find
sama
their
semua,
purpose
anjir,
between steel
mukanya.
and blade.
Mukanya
That
sama semua
is why
cuy.
you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that you allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me. Even now, you remain one of Tatarasuna's key consultants, working right here alongside us.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry.
So you say, Escher. But is that...
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from none of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio.
You're well informed on the...
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting...
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your... I'm in charge here. And I'm about to...
Judging from the look in your eyes...
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you...
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Is dibunuh.
A moment like this, where you finish talking.
Enggak.
You...
Diancam ya. Oh, dibunuh cuy.
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit
Oh,
for.
enggak. Bang, malam tahun baru kemana? Nggak
I thought I'd
kemana-mana.
disguise myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity. And
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace.
Tidak ada yang
So
akan
you're
bisa
really
masuk
going to destroy
perapian.
this place?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself.
Kamu tidak punya jantung.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out.
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity.
The Fatui?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your neighbor.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Di Inazuma kan kacau dia tempatnya sebelum kita masuk
Look
ya.
how even the righteous soul is filled with... My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of prevent... It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when... Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only...
Mana ditusuk ya?
If you give
Perut ya?
my heart, he has nothing to prove to anyone.
What a beautiful way to see the
Tapi nggak ada
world.
darah ya di game ini.
Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human, Mr. Niwa?
Sudah mati ya.
Dead. What a pity.
Ew.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings.
Kok bisa berubah teman?
What fun it was.
Oh dia menyusup cuy, the dokter ini menyusup ya. Ini biang keroknya ini berarti.
I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if...
Menarik. Dia emosi lah.
Hey, are you okay?
Dottore.
Ya kan dokter ketawa.
Dottore!
Jadi yang ngancurin itu the dokter itu. Kan ini masa kecilnya kelam cuy. Ini rambutnya bagus sih.
Good.
Mulai apa? Curtain.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Iya, fakta itu emang menyakitkan teman.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Nggak berarti apa-apa cuy.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you.
Nah, jadi
He
Niwa
never meant for
fake
you
ya,
to be the one to take the device into the furnace.
tidak mengkhianati. Santuy.
You know very well what
Telat
that means.
enggak, santuy cuy.
Even more so than I.
Tuh, pengkhianatan ini adalah kebohongan yang dia yakini selama ratusan tahun cuy. Baru terungkap sekarang ya. Apakah ini dari eksperimen dokter? Berarti ini hanya dalam imajinasinya, tapi terus...
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it.
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to... So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, it was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the
Iya
future.
betul.
Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject.
Jadi subjek eksperimen di alam bawah sadar ya. Berarti udah kena ini mentalnya cuy.
After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me." What's in? The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing. But he thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival.
Halo.
Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim?
Wow. Dikhianati dan ditinggalkan oleh seseorang teman dekat pasti akan menimbulkan kebencian yang sangat besar. Oke. Jadi dia niatnya pengen balas dendam cuy. Tapi sekarang udah nggak ada alasan balas dendam, mau ngapain dia? Kita lihat cuy.
Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Nah. Oke. Misteri
You
Tatarsuna.
brazen face. Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Udah miso-miso dia. Oke, lu nggak apa-apa kan? Jorokin aja teman-teman. Terus kemana kita? Oke, masih ada ya.
Shall we see how he's doing?
Aku rapopo gitu pasti.
You alright? That's a
This is-
scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Oke.
Hey, aren't you investigating the stuff we...
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
Oh, sebagai bagian dari Teyvat. Jadi kalau iya sih betul.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Gak apa-apa lah. Kalau kita dapat clue juga udah tamat di game ya.
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end,
Huh? About what?
the reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul, it might have something to do with Conria. Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens respond.
The heavens respond.
The jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time. I don't know the details. Did you get all that?
Yes,
Does this info count towards my mission?
very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Aku mau sendirian dulu, yoi. Wis,
What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me. Give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head?
mau cuci otak ya.
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, so tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
Apakah mungkin untuk mengubah masa lalu? Tidak. Bingung lah. Dia ingin merubah masa lalu cuy. Apakah jawaban MC-nya? Kenapa tanya soal itu? Oke.
Done.
Oke, selesai. Udah tahu jawabannya.
Huh?
Nothing. I was just thanking him for helping me. So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.
Kita tidak bisa bertemu lagi, teman-teman. Waduh. Hilang, cuy.
From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist. Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Oh, jadi dia membinasakan diri, teman-teman. Yang mati di Tatarasuna karena ulahku berhak mendapatkan kesempatan kedua. Wow.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance.
Perpisahan, cuy.
And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out
Tahu tidak, aku
like the
benci
pests they
sekali
are.
sama serangga. Makhluk-makhluk kecil yang bergerombol itu bisa jadi sangat mengganggu. Dan aku paling suka menginjak-injaknya seperti itu. Iya sih. Ya kan makanya jadi gede kan kemarin rajanya.
But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone.
Tapi kurasa
Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Oke.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we... Oh no, he's really...
Oh, can you hear me?
Kedengaran tidak?
Nihida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now?
It was the Balladeer's fault.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it.
Oke.
We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul.
Apakah bisa? Lah, kok malah ke sini? Kok ke sini kita, cuy? Malah bangun tidur ya? Duduk dulu, santai dulu, santai dulu. Waduh. Ya ampun, nyelesain quest. Gue paling males ini, teman-teman. Mimpi kebangkitan. Gue banyak quest story yang belum itu ya. Mana mimpi kebangkitan mana? Mimpi kebangkitan. Ini chapter apa ini? Oh, ini quest story Nahida ya? Waduh, masa diselesaikan dulu cuy? Udah beda jalur ini. Tapi nggak apa-apa lah. Lagi seru-seru malah ikat ya. Resiko quest story tidak diselesaikan, teman-teman.
Another recurring.
Yeah, I'm
Beri perhatian kepada Ilmam. Udah
Are you
tertekan.
feeling any better?
Yes. I think the Dendro Archon made a really good point. I need to stop dwelling on my wife now that I think about it. My wife and I always meet at a I know where that place exists in reality. But at the same time, I feel as if I should go and have otherwise. I'll keep on once I can
Ini
stop
cepet aja lah.
actually. You two
Karena tidak
Yeah.
sesuai cerita Archon ya.
Are you head?
Huh?
Oh, there's no need to try.
No need to stand on ceremony. I wanted to use this opportunity.
Huh. I d-
Bang, kapan live Friday? Next ya teman-teman. Pergi ke tempat yang disebut. Udah bisa belum? Quest Archon. Ikuti. Oke, udah bisa cuy. Kita bicara dengan Nahida ya. Quest Archonnya males gua. Skip aja. Kita lanjut quest Archon ya. Bicara dengan Nahida. Kita pakai emaknya aja. Oh, sibuk Nahida cuy.
We're out! And we're at...
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged.
Kita lanjut quest
and
Archon
nobody
ya.
will disturb you.
Oke.
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with.
An emergency? How...
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be...
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something
Untuk Heide
really
libur
big
dulu
has
teman-teman.
happened.
Libur dulu ya.
He wants to change the past?
Dia mau mengubah masa lalu.
Surely that's impossible.
Dia mencoba merubah masa lalu, teman. Kalau merubah masa lalu, otomatis masa depannya juga berubah, cuy.
Right. You can't just rewrite history.
Ini konsepnya seperti apa ini?
It's like,
Kita
imagine
lihat ya.
Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, So, Paimon... Huh? Ah! Sorry. Paimon accidentally...
Coba cari Maxwin di Zeus, Bang.
It's fault for causing Paimon up, but erasing yourself from history? It's
Mantap.
unthinkable. Is that really possible? Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand.
Welcome. Waalaikumsalam.
He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise...
Nah kan terbanyak yang terkena imbasnya loh. Gak pakai bahasa Jepang,
There's nothing we can do about it at this point.
bahasa Inggris.
Hey, have you got any ideas on what we... Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still... So, how about... Alright.
Emang beda kalau diganti
First
bahasanya.
dish.
Oke, kita ganti ya, coba.
Chicken. Oh, also Adeptus Temptation Golden...
Bangun lagi?
What do we... Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what... Is that a food too?
Wah, dia hilang ingatan, cuy. Wow. Balader dihilangin, cuy. Jadi ini dia menghapus orang tadi, tapi apakah... Ntar kita lihat. Kalau ini ingatannya masih ingat, cuy, karena beda spesies ya.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said? So, the balladeer. Is that someone...
Udah.
Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh?
Oh ya, kita ke Inazuma ya. Kita lihat Tatarozuna
Is
yang
everything okay?
dihancurkan
You're
ya.
acting like this is an emergency.
Oke, kita lihat, cuy. Apakah keadaannya Wow. Kita lihat ke Inazuma. Nah, ini kan tempat Tatarasuna bukan di sini, Cuk. Yang hancur. Mana ya? Ya, kesini dulu aja. Kita ganti bahasa Jepang. Apakah bagus? Gue pakai bahasa Inggris terus, cuy. Kita nyoba Z. Wow.
We've made it to Amenoma Smithy.
Iya kayak anime. Amenoma Smithy, oke.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead.
Nah ini coba.
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma,
Futsu,
Futsu,
Ishin,
Ishin,
Ayukami, dan
and
Senju.
Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, but fortunately, Kaede Harakazuha recently returned to Inazuma. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh, yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too. It seems like...
That, my friends, in fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of the... He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, there is no harm in telling you. The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a
Vengeful?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His
Niwa.
surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan.
Ini Kazuha ya.
Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but the smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left in his heart. The whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to... Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred.
Hanya kebencian.
Generation after generation bore... Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family, finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, in his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the... But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them on... That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to
Iyalah.
visit too. On to the next stop.
Kita berangkat ke Tatarasuna harusnya ya. Bukan. Ke sini cuy, ke tempat latihannya Ayaka ya.
We're here.
Traveler, it's been a while.
Udah lama ketemu, kita tersasar di Sumeru ya.
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is
betul kan?
unfortunate.
Are they out on business?
The commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is...
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I could...
We'll be heading in then.
Oke.
Hello, dears. Is this... Of course, Trap. What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. As for the commissioner himself,
So pretty much business as usual.
very much so.
Tidak ada yang berubah kan? Tapi masa depan ada yang nggak berubah. Oke.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. I must say, whenever the commissioner has such a bit, they say it's because they get to talking about you. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them. It's been many years as someone who is old, so in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will always be at least wonderful.
Paimon likes it. Paimon's itching to try it. We may...
Of course.
Alright, goodbye for now. Great.
Nah, Totara Suna kan?
Don't worry.
All right.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep.
Dulu sepi ya. Apakah ada kehidupan?
Safe trip.
Kita lihat. Nah, ini baru kita ke Totara Suna. Nah, ini ya. Bukan, ini bukan yang sama aja. Nggak ada yang berubah, cuy. Tapi ada orang. Oh, kafir ya.
Well, here we are. But what are we...
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the traveler?
Xavier? What are you doing?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this.
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask. Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatar. Oh, well, it's a law. I'm told that its history is one of the most...
A couple?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like...
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burn? Sure, go ahead.
Kabukimono.
A kabukimono? No,
dihapus
I
beneran.
can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman, for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mo...
Ini kan benar. Betul, cuy.
Of course!
Oh, we're leaving?
Oh, you're most well. Farewell.
Wow, bisa menghapus ya?
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No, hey, don't make... Alright.
Kita balik laporan, cuy. Tapi tempat-tempatnya masih sama. Nggak ada yang berubah, cuy.
Hey, it's them!
Incredible! Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment,
We have time. What's
the same topic we discussed last time.
still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh? Oh,
I presume you'll want to read mine as well.
Dia belajar bilang kalau dia mau mengubah dua namanya kalau dia benar-benar berhasil.
well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma.
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma.
Wow, so many new...
Well, well. So it all comes down to... Ugh. So there's no...
This new information actually lends further
Yes, okay. Point taken. You were right.
And they're back at it.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us.
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything.
Will do. Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we
The balladeer?
Hmm.
You look troubled. Is there something you...
Nah ide aja nggak inget cuy. Gimana ya? Gokil ya. Tapi kita masih ingat karena kita yang main. Oke.
Traveler?
Apa kita karena dari luar ya?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the balladeer...
But how was he even able to do that?
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. Nevertheless, it does make sense.
So, you believe this person really exists?
Yes. Theoretically speak, the Traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no... So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memory...
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this balladeer...
I can only make inferences based on the information we... Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right? Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, this story makes sense. Every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase him.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it just feels so hopeless. He gave...
Please wait a moment. I... Found it. This should be the one.
Wow, apa ini?
It turns out that I have a strange...
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was... You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote?
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything...
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
Bisa merubah di ingatan-ingatan, kalau tulisan nggak bisa, cuy.
That's incredible!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew he'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information record. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one he told us. The now erased... There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own.
Monster berbulu rubah, terus berteman.
Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it.
Jadi dia
pity them.
pura-pura sama biar bisa berteman. Di satu sisi rubah itu mencopot topengnya. Wow.
But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us.
Jadi ini berusaha untuk mengikuti kalau ini jadi apa adanya ya, tapi masih bisa diterima.
Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure.
tanpa noda dan murni.
The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken... The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after.
Oke, paham.
Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Pernah berbeda, oke. Wow.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it would...
It's hard to believe that this person really existed. But Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a...
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still...
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to... When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor. Never forget that even when we walk beneath, and that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up!
Good idea. Paimon.
You got it! Come on, Traveler! You need to get out of your head for a while.
Wow.
Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar! That'll be sure to lift our spirits! It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Ke bawah, cuy. Bang, tim Eula yang bagus apa aja? Eula yang penting super kondak kalau Eula itu. Bagus banyak sih yang bagus. Eula. Terus Krayonya siapa ya? Bebas. Yang penting Krayo apa? Elektronya bebas sih. Kalau Raiden Shogun ke terlalu barbar sih. Kalau nggak Visil, Raiden Shogun bisa. Kalau nggak ini Shinobu bisa. Bisa sambil nge-heal. Bagus, Shinobu aja, Shinobu. Shinobu bagus. Buat Eula. Dia main fisikal. Super kondak ya.
What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
Super kondak.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. What is it? Have you... Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Nah,
Excuse me,
tuh.
boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Siapa ini? Tuh, dia kasih spoiler setengahnya dulu ya. Kita lihat. Boom. Dengan kostum baru, cuy. Yoi. Hah?
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last... Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep space...
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting.
Who's that guy? You know him or
Kan?
something?
Nah.
He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo.
Wah, kemarin
You
juga
say you
gacha
don't
sih.
want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I...
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
Kerja di sini.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsetti.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a...
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits.
Hey, what do we do now?
Ikuti.
Okay, stay out of sight.
Kostumnya beda ya? Ini pura-pura nggak tahu aja. Padahal banyak spoiler cuy.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsettias?
Nyolong ya.
Isn't that a bit too cruel? Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I... Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
Jadi wanderer cuy.
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. Have we met before?
Anjir gede banget ya buahnya.
No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people.
Betul.
Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important. Okay, but please let me deliver these.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more.
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Then let's return to the city.
Oke. Ya, balik laginya ribet cu, jauh.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me.
I was just about to pay you anyway.
What?
Siapa ya?
I get it, okay? But look, it was pouring
Besok
down
kerja,
and there you
cuy.
were. Imagine
Jadi-
you and me for a second.
Biar gak kesiangan.
But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't know.
But I don't. No. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your
Thank you. All right, done.
Oke. Kita ambil. Portal deh kita ambil. Oke, kita balik ke itu ya. Ke tempatnya Nahida. Apakah? Jadi dia jadi orang baru cuy. Dengan kostum, tapi wajah tetap ya, tetap sama. Tapi bisa menghapus dirinya sendiri cuy. Konsep yang sangat gokil. Siapa yang cita-citanya tidak mau dilahirkan di dunia ini cuy, dan berharap bisa lahir kembali untuk menghapus semua kesalahan yang telah dia lalui. Wow.
What's wrong? Huh?
Hello. I do apologize for this.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call...
Well, it seems more relevant in my case.
Welcome,
To me,
Mirza
sounds like a
Batara.
plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but I don't like to rely on using terms like this often. But in your case, it seems that...
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Something far more distant than the past. So far away.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
Nggak mungkin, masa ini dikasih kekuatan? Aneh sih.
Oh, okay. I
Ini
see.
nggak punya anemo loh.
You want to tell me,
Ya kan?
but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation. If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it. Please.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil.
Itu kan yang dianggap sangat jahat.
You nearly died because of what other people did. And many
Ini nggak
died
punya
because of you.
itu ya, nggak punya
As a non-human being, you
Apa
hated
namanya?
gods
Anemo.
and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart.
kehilangan sebuah hati.
Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of...
That is the nature of truth. If
Kalau
one
ada
thing
satu
is
hal yang
right,
benar,
its opposite must be wrong.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most like...
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but...
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
nah kenapa bantu?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street!
Nah ini ingat tingkahnya ya. Ingat tingkahnya tapi lupa orangnya sih.
He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything.
Nah ini ingat cuy.
What a weird situation.
Enggak, ini kesalahan ya. Harusnya nggak ingat.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the
Please, I want to see them for myself.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me.
Very well.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for breathing.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my...
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Oh, good point. Given your...
Understood.
Thank you.
Wow. Masuk ke dalam ingatan cuy. Ini ya. Wow. Anemo tuh. Ini domain ya.
Looks like Inazuma.
Iya di Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth. But be aware that enemies may react just like in the...
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to...
All right.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great...
Is that because this is...
You could say that, in a sense.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved too. No mining crew would be There's someone passed out on the ground. You're awake. What happened?
Ini kayak
How'd you
suara...
get stuck here? Are you injured?
Suaranya The Blader sih.
Not a scratch. And
Thank
these
you,
fine
Sultan.
clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer
Okay,
in
thank
Shake
you,
Pavilion
Slayer.
and took him back to Tatarasuna.
Bang Tutor merubah masa lalu.
And the rest is history.
Ntar gua selesain dulu
It used
questnya
in
ini
the
cuy.
original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after.
Oh, The Blader sebutannya banyak ya. The Blader, Kabukimono.
As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi but Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life.
Wow.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
Tapi kita nggak
He
bisa
looks like a warrior,
pakai the
but
blader
he
ya.
has a kind face. Why
Lanjut
couldn't he
menjelajah.
live a long and happy life?
Gak bisa, Cuk. Ini ke arah bawah ya. Nggak ada pintu. Nah ini cuy. Nah sip. Biasanya ada peti ya teman-teman tuh. Harus pintar-pintar melihat. Apa ini? 4.000 maksudnya? Thank you, thank you. Super chat. Oke, thank you. PS XYT RS 4000 apa teman-teman? Thank you, thank you. Super chat ya, tapi baru keluar. Thank you, bro. Kita lihat lagi.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Mata uang mana teman-teman RS?
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
Suruh kesini ya, tapi nanti dulu kita jelajah dulu. Ini apa?
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone
Oh
new join
itu
us.
tirai ini cuy. Thank you, thank you. Tidak ada peti ya. Kita skip. Suruh ke bawah. Oke, ada elektro ya. Elektro. Kesetrum cuy kalau kita ke sono. Tapi nggak apa-apa sih, paling jedet gitu doang pakai bel bara lah. Apa itu kesetrum? Bis. Ini apa?
Huh? What are we doing back here? Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died. And then my dad he kept coughing all the time, just like me.
But you can't. You promised.
Yup, we're family now.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him.
Dia meninggal sebelum ayahnya memberi nama, cuy. Wow.
After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
Lanjut.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family!
You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
Ini ya mengkhianati itu.
The voices have gone. It looks like...
Let's keep going.
Ayo maju lagi, bangke. Lanjut menjelajah, cuy. Sasat, us. Untung kita bawa healer ya. Ini ada ingetan lagi. Pergi ke penggalangan.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Ini Kristal Maru. Ayo kita masuk.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once...
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair
Wih,
lady.
ini.
Is this rundown factory and these incompetent
Ini udah
fools
mati,
all
ini
for
mati
me?
berarti.
Wow, you shouldn't have.
Apa pabrik rusak ini dan semua orang bodoh tapacus ini? Ya kan sama, tapi ini ada Archon Electro.
What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being...
What a sharp tongue. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep...
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
Like hot photo my sister. Ini ya, Signora.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me?
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest. By then, see you at the victory feast.
Di pesta kemenangan.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like... Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a
Reza.
warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this.
Yes.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be
Ini
nice to you.
quest
Besides,
masa lalu.
I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right? Witch?
Yah. Kok kepencet? Masa lalunya The Blader. Wis.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
Udah di Sumeru lagi, cuy.
Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful
Nah ini cuy,
collaboration.
dalangnya ya.
When do we start?
Terus Sekara modes,
You seem impatient.
The Blader, Sekara
You should
modes,
know
terus
that
apa
becoming
lagi
a
itu?
god is
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we...
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great... Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they...
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scottum.
The doctor again?
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps.
Let's move on.
Wah ini harus dapat sih cuy karakternya. Tapi udah lewat ya bannernya.
Do you think I'm evil?
Sebagai dewa apakah kamu merasa aku jahat? Next, wah gua update-nya nggak ngikutin teman-teman.
He is you, just as you are you. Then yes, you are
Iki
evil.
Wawan.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Apa perbedaan manusia dan boneka?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
Kalau udah pernah mencintai, terus kehilangan, terus menangis, terus sedih, terus mengerang, terus amarah, itu disebut manusia cuy. Berarti kita masih manusia ya.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear.
Hasil perbuatan dosaku.
No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment.
Ini baru laki cuy.
Whatever I am due, can you return my memories to me?
But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences.
Betul.
As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discover, are you sure you want to do this?
Kamu yakin?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins...
Seseorang tidak akan bisa menghapus dirinya sendiri meskipun The Blader yang asli. Orang ini akan hidup menggantikannya. Teori yang menarik.
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, so I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change...
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
Wow. Nggak dikasih syarat gitu?
You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright?
Wah, bangkit lagi, Cuk. bangkit lagi. Wes. Wow. Bangkit lagi cuy. Aduh, gak ada yang nangkis.
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
Wow. Wah. Wow. 40 RS cari di Google aja cuy. Wis. Oh dapat Anemo cuy. Anjay. Anjay.
Die.
Matilah. Dapat itu apa? Namanya,
This is trying my patience.
kita coba cuy. Wis, bisa terbang.
Stupid questions.
The real dewa cuy. Nice. Oh ini bisa jarak jauh ya? Wah idaman cuy ini cuy.
Quit following me.
Oh, wis. Wah idaman teman-teman ini serius. Wah kenapa nggak dari kemarin ya?
You shall fall.
Charger attack-nya mati cuk. Terbang.
Insignificant past.
Kenapa nggak dari kemarin ya?
Swan Fury.
Tapi damage-nya biasa aja teman-teman. Q. Oh, alah cok terbang cok. Mati cok. Penuh lagi dong.
Insignificant past.
Ya nggak apa-apa, rezeki kita cuy. Oh. Wah, keren banget teman-teman. Gameplaynya keren sih.
The wind rises. Squall and Fury.
Oh, maju gitu ya. Sip.
Insignificant past.
Wih, shit.
The wind rises.
Udah cok.
Squall and Fury.
Pas.
Feeble human.
Oh, bisa disamperin cuy. Mati. Good.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self.
Ada yang sombong lagi, berarti kamu sudah jadi dirimu sendiri. Betul.
You inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else.
Halo.
Just the way I am. You sound like you're concerned about me.
Wih, iya balik cuy.
But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
Walaupun kita tidak bisa mengubah sesuatu, Tapi kita sudah tahu kebenarannya,
The
cuy.
memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its
Dapat
purpose.
anemo, cuy. Apa namanya? Jadi anemo itu kalau pengen dapetin kekuatan anemo harus mengorbankan teman yang sangat akrab, cuy. Jadi ini kehilangan Niwa ya, terus mendapatkan, cuy.
Come on.
Nah, kan juga kehilangan
continue
dirinya
this
sendiri.
outside.
Wow, aku tapi bukan dirimu. Oke, kita keluar dari ingatan, cuy. Ini apa, cuy? Gak bisa. Pantes gua kemarin pas ngelawan beda.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
The Bellidier, oke.
It feels like we just went on a really long...
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking.
Mungkin aku perlu
I
ganti
should
nama,
probably
cuy.
change it.
Oh iya, jangan The Blader lah, terlalu jahat, cuy.
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him.
Terus kita harus move on ya
I'm
dari
not
the
planning on
dokter.
returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can changing the world, changing the past, changing
Biasa
the
kalau
fates of other people.
anemo itu songong-songong, teman-teman.
simple things
Apalagi
to
DPS ya.
What you were looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world...
Indeed.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little and
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the Lesser Lord Kusanali. You purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes. And I took pains...
Why would you go to such lengths?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from...
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again... Oh right, I almost forgot. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to...
I'm glad you're able to think of Traveler in the future, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before... I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. Well,
okay.
Whatever your reasons, you did me a favor, and I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind.
Ya benar.
There is no... Some things in this world can never be brought back. And they can never be changed. Everything that you feel is real and lasting. And whatever is missing in you will not be made whole.
Dan tidak semua yang kamu utangi itu bisa dibayar impas.
To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
Betul.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a...
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just spared. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past...
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Pengaturan untukku.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but...
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
Nah ini baru good. Yoi.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Oke, kita kasih nama, cuy.
Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you.
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the...
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking.
Ngena banget cuy, karena dia lahir aja nggak dikasih nama cuy. Hadiah pertama dalam kehidupan. Meski kalau kamu tidak menyebutnya kuat-kuat, aku tahu apa yang sedang kamu pikirkan. Hadiah yang hadiah ulang tahun yang sangat gokil teman-teman.
Maybe you can ask.
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all.
Kita kasih nama apa? Oh ya, kita kasih nama Infinity End. Apakah bisa? Infinity End. N. Oh bisa cuy. Jadi kalau Baal kan A, kalau ini kita kasih EA. Y. Infinity End karena dia robot dan abadi karena sudah N-nya tidak ada spasi cuy. Infinity End. Oke, gila gak tuh? Keren gak?
Are you sure?
Oke, yakin dong.
Oh, all right. If you say so.
Oke. Wah.
Now
Sekarang kamu sudah punya nama.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Oke, julukannya EA.
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one. Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer.
You mean the Fatu?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly.
Keren ya.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being, even though the events have been erased from the world.
I see.
Huh? But if we do that...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. All right. Let goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living...
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything so we can finally go eat?
Thank you both. I hope...
Oke. Nah. Kayaknya udah kelar sih harusnya ya.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi...
You mean because everyone else...
Yeah! I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe... The dark clouds had dissipated. Then, one night, as an old man, all these expressions of joy. Life is a story too long...
Wes. Tapi huruf gede semua ya. Kembali ke tempat istirahat. Namanya di sini berubah nggak teman-teman? Adalah. Zhongli ulang tahun cuy. Namanya berubah nggak ya? Karakter. Arsip karakter ya. Oh masih Wanderer cuy. Ada Fauzan juga ya. Gua nggak ngeh cuy. Yang baru dua ini. Gokil. Masih Wanderer ya namanya. Ya udah. Wow.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back. Wow, good. Huh? Look at the vase. Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But
Iya, Paimon menyenggolnya kan, tapi lupa dia, cuy.
You sound lost and confused. I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find...
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Ini siapa cuy yang ngomong?
Unfortunately,
Anjir, merinding gua.
the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed.
Betul.
Perhaps a god may have a slim chance. But for anyone else,
Oke, betul.
when a small
Quest apa, Bang?
animal
Quest Archon.
runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. Like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cap...
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
Quest yang terbaru, Archon terbaru, yang menceritakan tentang Wanderer.
History does not change easily, but
Yang paling baru.
The voices disappeared, and who the heck was that? And what were they doing? Anyway, that face
Udah
is
nyampe
still
kan?
lying there,
Apa
broke.
udah
Feels
kelar?
wrong just leaving it there.
Kayaknya udah kelar sih. Iya, udah selesai. Gua telat, cuy. Oke, kelar ya. Mantap. Berarti next quest apa ini, cuy? Tinggal quest... Ini quest story laknat, nggak usah ya. Males gua, cuy. Ini Nahida, terus Tiknari, Shinobu. Berarti kurang ini doang, TCG. TCG sama quest ini ya. Masih 5 hari. Ini udah kelar kemarin. Berarti PR gua tinggal ini sama ini ya. Berarti nantilah. Lumayan cuy ini. Iya, main kartu. Ntar gue ketagihan nggak ya? Kayaknya seru sih. Wah, gue kemarin gak gacha Wanderer. Keren loh padahal. Ini kita dapat apa cuy? Oh iya, kita udah ganti ya. Nggak bisa cuy, ini nggak bisa diganti ya. Sedih. Iya, questnya habis nih. Padahal gue baru login lagi teman-teman. Berarti ini nggak ada peta baru ya? Nggak ada peta baru kan? Udah 100 sih. Ini masih ada cuk. Oh, masih ada? Padahal udah 100%, tapi gue belum pernah kesini. Ini tempat apa cuk? Ini baru lagi ya? Oh, artifak. Anemo dewa bonus setelah charger attack mengenai musuh, normal attack speed, dan nor damage yang diakibatkan normal attack charger. Wah, ini bagus sih buat Xiao cuy. Gila, ini bagus buat Xiao. Wah, ini artifak dewa cok. Artifak dewa ini cuy. Enak nih, ini nggak bakal nyesel sih dua-dua ini kalau dapat. Bagus tuh, ya kan? Setelah karakter yang mengenai memicu reaksi blow on. Anjir, gue udah pakai set kayak gini muncul lagi ya. Tuh, udah pakai set ini udah bagus-bagus loh. Ya kan udah pakai ini udah dewa loh. Anjir, ini elemen mastery nggak bisa disia-siain. Ini aja udah dewa tuh. Udah 4 set. Coba kita ke sono dulu ya kalau gitu ya. Padahal udah 100% ini baru kayaknya teman-teman. Yang baru itu doang kan? Udah Udah 100% tapi masih ada yang belum kebuka. Penasaran, kita coba ya. Ini bagus sih, 2 set bisa buat surcos. Oh, mau satu reputasi ya. Wah, thank you bro. Gue bingung mau nerusin kontennya nggak ya. Oke, thank you ya. Mau diterusin nggak ya kontennya ya? Udah ketinggalan jauh masalahnya. Thank you, thank you. Masih bingung mau konten apa di channel ini cuy. Terusin aja bang, iya. Tapi udah paling enak Ozikoto. Itu udah paling enak sih. Ini di atas atau di bawah ya? Di atas nggak ada cuy. Di bawah berarti ya. Kayaknya. Ini nggak ada perubahan dong. Serius di bawah ini. Oh iya teman-teman. Aneh banget anjir. Di bawah kayak gini ada kehidupan. Coba kita masuk ya. Gue baru kali ini. Oke, kita coba pakai tim laknat. Oke, let's go. Iya, domain, betul. Ini domainnya bagus cuy.
Commit it to memory. Shine down. Shadow Raven, let night fall. Everyone hold hands. Let the show begin.
Anjir nih barbar banget Geo. Iya dapat, Nahida dapat. Sedangkan aku nggak apa-apa lah. Sedih. Kan masih ada rerun, tapi nggak tahu kapan ya. Coba kita coba cuy. Sepertinya bagus ini. PR lagi harus 4 set. Enggak, mending jangan sih. Karena Pyro. Oh iya, rerunnya lama, betul. Terus dapat apa? Wanderer. Wanderer bagus sih. Oh, pas pertama, tapi questnya udah kelar. Hebat juga.
There is no escape. Let's dance.
Oh, nggak ambil. Oh ya betul sih. Wanderer ku DPS masalahnya cuy.
Illusion shattered.
Kalau DPS kurang sih karena nggak bisa combo-combo. Kalau pure DPS ya.
I see everything. Ouchie. There is no escape.
Iya, mesin kado masih ada karena udah kelar event ya. Iya betul, buat petualangan. Kayak Kazuha sih. Kazuha juga buat petualangan bagus. Iya betul loh. Bisa terbang enak tadi gue pakai sih. Attack. Elemen misteri dapat cuy. 4 setnya kurang. Enggak, kurang. Ini kurang sih karena mending mana ya? Kalau udah terlanjur punya Anemo mending ini cuy. Ini udah the best sih kalau punya Dendro ya. Diutamain ini sih itu. Ini sama ini pasti kepake dua-duanya. Ini juga kepake semua cuy. Kalau lagi build DPS Anemo. Daripada di domain ini nggak dapat apa-apa. Mana ya domain Lakrat mana ya? Gokil sih. Mana sih? Oh, lupa cuk. Oh, di sono. Oke teman-teman, sekian aja untuk video kali ini. Gua Reza Purnomo, sampai jumpa di video selanjutnya. Jangan lupa di like, subscribe, dan share. See you. Goodbye. Besok lagi, karena ini udah kelar quest Archonnya.